Hello there, my name is Malika and I have been a foot model since 2018, and during this time I have learned a lot about writing scripts and filming clips that fans will want to see and want to buy. Now of course, I still don't have all the answers to this. I am still learning constantly. There are so many times still to this day where I get a custom for something that I have never heard of before. Or I'll work with a model who wants to do a type of clip that I have never heard of before. So there's always something new and there's always more to learn. But I can help you go over the basic script writing techniques that I use. Now I'll start off by saying when I first started, I didn't know anything. So almost 100% of my knowledge came from custom buyers who sent a very detailed script. They tell me exactly what they want to hear. They tell me all the key phrases they like to hear and how they're worded together and what scenarios they're paired with. So I learned a tremendous amount from customs alone. Another way that I gained some of my knowledge was by doing research on the clip stores. So if I wanted to know how to make a specific type of clip, I would go onto the clip store and search that category and see what other people were doing as far as the scenarios and the keywords and the key phrases that they were using. Sometimes even camera angle and position of my body I would get clues from, and I would take little bits from everything and add it into my own video. So to start a script, the first thing you should do is have a premise. Do you want to be a stepmom? Do you want it to be no premise at all, just a straight video? Do you want to play any other kind of role play? Do you want to do cosplay? Figure out who you are going to be in the video and what your relationship is going to be to the camera. Now, a lot of the times I do come up with that sort of stuff on the fly. For instance, today I was working with a model and we just happened to be in business type outfits. So I changed the scenario and the premise to that we were co-workers, and this is why we were in this situation, talking to our other co-worker. So for me, sometimes even though I have a premise in mind or a role play in mind, sometimes I'll change it just based on what I'm wearing or how I'm feeling. Maybe I'm feeling more bossy or maybe I'm feeling more submissive. So I'll kind of play with all the things that I'm feeling and wearing and what's going on in the situation. The next thing you need to decide is if you're going to be mean or if you're going to be nice in this video. And trust me, that is harder than it sounds. Because although we do have a lot of customers that buy clips when we're being nice to them, a larger portion of customers buy clips when we're being mean to them. So sometimes the struggle is real, trying to decide what kind of clip you want to make and where you want it to go. The next thing you want to do is kind of figure out what you want the ending to be. And there are so many different choices for how a clip can end. It can end in total denial when you're being mean, or even when you're being nice. It can end in a happy way with a happy ending, but you add a little mean in there. There are so many different choices for how you end it. And to be honest with you, sometimes I do change my mind in the middle of a clip. But when you're writing out a script, you want to have the ending in mind. That way, when you're writing it out and all the key phrases that you want to use, you have that ending in mind for when the clip is finished. It is also important to think about wardrobe. Now, like I said, I kind of use what I'm already wearing to inspire me for what I want to do in that particular clip. But if you haven't started filming yet and you're writing out a script before you start filming, then you should have the wardrobe in mind. So if you're doing a boss clip, what does a boss wear? She wears a suit. She wears glasses maybe. She wears heels. If you're doing a cosplay, get all ready in the costume and what does that character normally say? You can also add those sorts of things into your script. So if it's a boss role, she's probably bossy, so she's going to tell you to do things in a stern way. And depending on what cosplay character you use, definitely write down some of their key phrases that they use in their character and use those as part of your script. For instance, I really love the Lady Domitresque cosplay character. She is this 9-foot-tall vampire and she's very dominant, and she even throws in some humiliation in there. She has the best lines, so I make sure that I write down a bunch of her lines that fit with the scenario and the ending that I want to have for that particular script. Now, I do think it's a really good idea to have a script and have something very specific in mind that you want to say for a clip, because I can tell you from experience, when I just wing it, I sometimes have to scrap the entire clip because I just go off the rails and say way too many silly things that might not quite make sense for the storyline of the clip. So it is definitely better to at least have the premise, whether you're going to be mean or nice, and the ending in mind that you want to have. At least have those 3 things in mind before you get started. Now, like I said, when I first started, I didn't know any of this. I didn't know any of the keywords and phrases. I knew nothing. So having a lot of experience with customs really taught me a lot. And I definitely recommend being open to filming custom clips, especially from guys that write out very detailed scripts. I will admit, sometimes the very, very detailed scripts are hard to film because you have to memorize a lot. But I have one tip to give you for detailed scripts, and it's right here. I use a book holder, and I have my scripts written out right next to the camera. So every now and then, if I need to, I can simply look off screen and see what else I've written. And worst case scenario, I have to look off camera, remember what the heck I was supposed to say, and just cut that part of the clip out for the final product. But this has been an absolute lifesaver for me for all of my customs. When you're a clip artist, like we are, it can be really fun to draw inspiration for a clip from other things that we're doing. For instance, a movie that you're watching. I got a very fun line from the movie 300 for a more mean style clip, a more domination style clip. A lot of creators draw inspiration from movies and TV. For instance, a very popular giantess movie is The 500-Foot Woman. Is it 600 foot? 700 foot? I can't remember. I've actually never seen that movie, and it's a travesty. I really should go watch that one, especially in my business. And especially since that movie was so formative with a lot of the giantess fans. But that movie has probably been replicated so many times. So when you are watching a movie, or when you are filming with another clip artist, or when you are playing video games, if you find a fun line in there, write it down. I get so much inspiration from so many different things. Even sometimes when I'm scrolling Twitter, I will find a little piece of inspiration from just one word sometimes. So I keep a list on my phone that's got just pages and pages of inspiration for clips that I have and clip ideas that I have. And I definitely recommend you do the same because sometimes when we're in the middle of a filming day, it can be very hard to find inspiration on what to film. So keep that list of ideas going. Check the clip stores for inspiration on what you could say or what keywords you should use or how you should pose your body to make a clip sell well. Clips for Sale is especially good for this because they will show you the top selling clip in each category. So you can take little pieces from a bunch of different people and make your own. So get your premise going, your role play, what you want to be, what your relationship is with the viewer. That's part of the premise, part of the role play. Next, make sure you know whether you're going to be nice or mean. And if you want, you can change it in the middle of the clip, but just make sure you got the bottom line, which is the end of the clip, in mind. And then, of course, have the end of the clip ready to go so that you're not floundering like I sometimes do when I'm finishing a clip. Am I nice? Am I mean? Is it denial? Is it happy ending? What am I doing? Figure out what you want to say and then go with it. And the more customs you film, the more easily this stuff will flow from you. Because the fans will literally tell you exactly what they like to hear, exactly what they like to see, and the scenarios they like to see them in. One extra tip. You can use Google Trends to find out what is trending, what searches are trending. Sometimes it's a movie, for instance, the Barbie movie. So many creators made content around the Barbie movie. And that was definitely a top search in the clip stores. So being on trend with what's trending is important as a creator as well. Just like creators on TikTok and YouTube and all that, they have to be prepared with what's trending. And that goes for clip artists as well. So you can literally go to Google Trends and find out what people are searching for. And again, Clips for Sale also makes this very easy for you to find as it shows you all the top selling clips, the top selling categories, and the top selling clips within each category. I hope I gave you a little bit of inspiration and ideas on how to write a script from start to finish. Like I said, a lot of it has to do with just what scenario you're already in and how you're actually feeling. It'll obviously be easier to be mean if you're grumpy. So just take how you're feeling into consideration, take all the inspiration from everything else around you and write out that script and just have fun with it. The biggest thing is that. Have fun with it because the fans will know if you're having a good time and they're more likely to buy it. If you'd like to see more content like this, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye!